Imagine a place. The sun shines down on a vast, shimmering lake. Its surface is a mirror, reflecting the blue sky and fluffy white clouds. Flamingos wade through the shallows, their pink feathers a stunning contrast against the water. It looks like a paradise, a perfect postcard from an untouched world. But this beauty hides a deadly secret. The water is so caustic, so filled with a chemical salt, that it can burn the skin off most animals that touch it. This isn't a paradise, it is a trap. The beautiful scene is a warning, a sign of nature's hidden power and its unforgiving rules. It reminds us that what we see is not always the full story. In another corner of our planet, a thick, green jungle steams under the tropical sun. The air is alive with the calls of exotic birds and the buzz of countless insects. Giant trees form a canopy high above, filtering the light and creating a world of green shadows. It feels ancient, a place where dinosaurs could still roam. Every step seems to reveal a new wonder, a brightly colored frog or a vine as thick as your arm. But this lushness is a maze. There are no paths, no signs, and every direction looks the same. Here, the danger isn't from a single predator, but from the environment itself. It is a place that can swallow you whole, leaving no trace. Now picture a mountain peak covered in fresh white snow. It sparkles under the winter sun, a majestic and silent giant. The air is crisp and clean, and the view stretches for miles across a rugged landscape. You feel on top of the world, a sense of achievement and freedom washing over you. The silence is profound, broken only by the sound of your own breathing. But this silence is fragile. The beautiful blanket of snow is unstable, a delicate balance of weight and temperature. A wrong step, a loud noise, or a sudden change in weather can send millions of tons of snow thundering down the mountainside in an instant. The peaceful scene can become a terrifying, unstoppable force. These places are real. They are some of the most beautiful and most dangerous spots on Earth. They show us that nature is not just a gentle, welcoming garden for us to enjoy. It is a powerful, dynamic force with its own laws. It can create breathtaking beauty and, in the very same place, pose a lethal threat. These environments are not evil or malicious. They are simply wild and untamed. They challenge our understanding of the world and demand our respect. To explore them is to come face to face with the raw power of our planet, a power that we must never, ever underestimate. So why do we go? Why are we drawn to these places that are so obviously dangerous? The answer is simple. It is in our nature. Humans are explorers. From the moment our ancestors first walked out of Africa, we have been driven by an insatiable curiosity to see what lies over the next hill, across the next river, or beyond the next ocean. We have a deep-seated need to discover, to understand, and to push the boundaries of our known world. This drive is what led us to map the globe, to climb the highest mountains, and to dive to the deepest parts of the sea. It's a fundamental part of who we are as a species. These wild, dangerous places represent the last frontiers on our own planet. In a world where so much has been charted, tamed, and built upon, they offer a glimpse of Earth as it once was, raw, untamed, and powerful. Visiting them is like stepping back in time. It connects us to a more primal part of ourselves, a part that remembers what it was like to live in a world where nature was in charge. The thrill of standing on the edge of a volcano or navigating a dense jungle is not just about adrenaline, it's about experiencing the world in its most elemental form. It's a powerful and humbling experience. Furthermore, these extreme environments are incredible natural laboratories. Scientists and researchers are drawn to them not for the thrill, but for the knowledge they hold. The unique geology of the Danakil Depression can teach us about how life might exist on other planets. The strange chemistry of Lake Natron reveals how organisms can adapt to the most hostile conditions imaginable. By studying these places, we learn more about the resilience of life, the history of our planet, and the complex systems that govern our world. Each expedition, no matter how risky, brings back valuable data that helps us piece together the great puzzle of our existence. But we must always remember the balance. Our curiosity pushes us forward, but respect must hold us back. Nature is not a theme park designed for our entertainment. It is a complex and powerful system that operates on its own terms. When we enter these dangerous places, we are guests in a realm that is not our own. We must learn its rules, understand its rhythms, and be prepared for its unforgiving power. The same force that creates a beautiful geyser can also unleash a deadly explosion. The same jungle that teems with life can also cause you to become hopelessly lost. Our attraction to the wild must be tempered with wisdom and humility. When we think of dangerous water, we usually imagine powerful ocean currents, massive waves, or shark-infested seas. We think about the physical danger of drowning, but some of the world's deadliest bodies of water look perfectly calm. Their danger is not visible to the naked eye, it is hidden in their chemistry. Take Lake Natron in Tanzania, for example. This lake is one of the most serene and beautiful places in Africa, with its shallow, shimmering waters, but it is also one of the most inhospitable. The water is extremely alkaline, with a pH level similar to that of ammonia. This is due to the unique volcanic minerals that flow into it from the surrounding landscape. This extreme alkalinity makes the water incredibly caustic. For most animals, a simple touch is enough to cause severe chemical burns to the skin and eyes. Any creature that dies in or near the lake and falls into the water is essentially preserved by the high concentration of sodium carbonate, the same substance the ancient Egyptians used for mummification. The result is a gallery of haunting, calcified statues of birds and other animals that made a fatal mistake. They look like they were turned to stone in an instant. This eerie phenomenon makes Lake Natron a place of breathtaking but deadly beauty, a stark reminder that water can kill in ways we rarely imagine. Another example of deadly water is the boiling lake on the island of Dominica. As its name suggests, this is not a place for a refreshing swim. The lake is actually a flooded fumarole, a crack in the Earth's crust that vents volcanic gases and heat from the molten magma below. The water at the center of the lake is in a constant rolling boil, with temperatures reaching well over 90 degrees Celsius. The entire area is shrouded in a thick cloud of steam, and the air smells strongly of sulfur. Getting too close to the edge is incredibly dangerous, as the ground can be unstable and a fall would mean certain death. The danger of the boiling lake is raw and elemental. It is pure, overwhelming heat. Unlike the slow chemical threat of Lake Natron, the danger here is immediate and violent. The lake is a direct window into the fiery heart of our planet. It shows the immense thermal energy churning just beneath our feet. Exploring this area requires extreme caution, as the path is treacherous and the environment is relentlessly hostile. The boiling lake is a powerful testament to the fact that even a small body of water, when connected to the planet's volcanic core, can become one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Its beauty lies in its raw, untamed power. Of all the lethal lakes, Lake Kivu, located on the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, might be the most terrifying. On the surface, it is a magnificent freshwater lake, one of Africa's Great Lakes. It is vast, deep, and beautiful, with lush green hills rolling down to its shores. Millions of people live near its banks, relying on it for fishing, transport, and fresh water. From the surface, it appears to be a source of life and prosperity. But deep within its waters, a silent and invisible killer is building up. This danger is not from chemicals or heat, but from an enormous quantity of dissolved gas. Due to its unique volcanic geology, the deep waters of Lake Kivu are saturated with dissolved carbon dioxide and methane. The immense pressure at the bottom of the lake keeps these gases trapped in the water, like the fizz in an unshaken bottle of soda. Scientists estimate there are trillions of cubic feet of methane and carbon dioxide locked away in its depths. The lake is what is known as a limnically active lake, one of only 3 such lakes in the world. This means that it has the potential for a catastrophic event known as a limnic eruption, a rare type of natural disaster where the dissolved gas suddenly erupts from the deep water. If this were to happen, it would be an absolute catastrophe. A trigger, such as an earthquake or an underwater volcanic eruption, could disrupt the water layers and cause the dissolved gases to suddenly come out of solution. This would create a massive explosion of gas, which would then form a heavy, invisible cloud that would roll across the surface of the lake and into the surrounding low-lying areas. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it would displace the oxygen, silently suffocating every living, breathing thing in its path. The 2 million people living in the Lake Kivu Basin are living next to a ticking time bomb. This is not just a theoretical danger. In 1986, a similar event occurred at Lake Nyos in Cameroon, a much smaller volcanic lake. A limnic eruption there released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide that killed over 1,700 people and 3,500 livestock in nearby villages. The victims simply suffocated in their sleep with no warning. Lake Kivu contains over 1,000 times the amount of gas that Lake Nyos did. An eruption here would be a disaster on an unimaginable scale. Efforts are underway to carefully extract the methane from the lake to use for energy, a project that could both provide power and reduce the risk of a catastrophic eruption. It is a race against time. Some of the most dangerous places on Earth are not defined by a single feature, like a lake or a volcano, but by the entire landscape itself. The Darién Gap is a perfect example. This is a large, undeveloped swath of swampland and dense rainforest that separates Panama in Central America from Colombia in South America. It is the only break in the Pan American Highway, a network of roads that stretches from Alaska to Argentina. For about 100 kilometers, around 60 miles, there is simply no road. There is only a formidable, untamed wilderness that has defied all attempts to conquer it. The primary danger in the Darién Gap is the environment itself. The jungle is incredibly dense, a tangled mess of trees, vines, and thorny plants that makes movement incredibly slow and difficult. It is a place where you can easily become disoriented and lost. The terrain is a mix of steep, muddy mountains and vast, insect-infested swamps. It rains almost constantly, turning the ground into a treacherous quagmire. Venomous snakes, spiders, and disease-carrying insects are everywhere. Crocodiles patrol the rivers, and jaguars hunt in the shadows. Just surviving the physical challenges of the environment is a monumental task. Beyond the natural hazards, the Darién Gap is also dangerous because of its lawlessness. For decades, the region has been a haven for armed groups, drug smugglers, and human traffickers. The lack of roads and government presence makes it an ideal corridor for illicit activities. Anyone attempting to cross the gap is at risk of encountering these dangerous groups. Robberies, kidnappings, and violence are common. The very remoteness that makes it a unique wilderness also makes it a place where the rule of law does not apply. It is a land caught between 2 continents, belonging to neither. For these reasons, the Darién Gap is considered one of the most perilous treks in the world. Few people attempt to cross it, and those who do must be exceptionally well prepared and willing to face extreme risks. It represents a powerful barrier, a piece of our planet that has resisted human control. It serves as a potent symbol of the power of nature to create places that are simply too wild, too rugged, and too hostile for us to easily tame. Its name alone is a warning, a word that speaks of impenetrable jungle, hidden dangers, and a journey into the unknown. The Earth's dangers are not always on the surface. Sometimes the greatest risks are hidden deep underground. In Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, the landscape is dotted with thousands of natural pits or sinkholes called cenotes. These were formed when limestone bedrock collapsed, exposing the groundwater underneath. To the ancient Maya, cenotes were sacred, considered to be gateways to the underworld. Today they are popular with tourists and divers who are drawn to their crystal-clear waters and stunning rock formations. But for cave divers, these beautiful pools are the entrances to one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. Once you descend into a cenote, you enter a vast, dark and complex network of underwater caves. These cave systems can stretch for hundreds of kilometers, forming an intricate maze with no natural light. The danger here is multifaceted. Getting lost is a primary concern. A wrong turn can lead you into a dead-end passage with a limited supply of air. The fine silt on the cave floor can be easily disturbed, instantly reducing visibility to zero and causing complete disorientation. Equipment failure, which might be a minor problem in open water, can be a death sentence in the tight confines of a cave. Cave diving requires incredible skill, training, and mental fortitude. From the watery depths of the Yucatan, we travel to one of the hottest and most geologically active places on the planet, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. This is a place that looks truly alien. The ground is a kaleidoscope of acidic hot springs, sulfur fields, and salt flats. The air is thick with poisonous gases like chlorine and sulfur. Temperatures regularly soar above 50 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. It is a hell on Earth, a landscape sculpted by volcanoes and extreme heat, where the very ground seems to be boiling. Surviving in the Danakil Depression is a constant battle against the elements. The extreme heat can quickly lead to dehydration and heat stroke. The toxic volcanic gases can damage your lungs and be fatal in high concentrations. The ground itself is unstable, with thin crusts of salt often covering pools of boiling acid. A careless step can have catastrophic consequences. Despite these dangers, the Afar people have lived in this region for centuries, mining salt from the vast salt flats. Their resilience is a testament to human adaptability, but it does not diminish the extreme hostility of this incredible and dangerous landscape. Some dangers are not about what is present, but about what is absent. In the remote mountains of Mexico, there is a patch of desert known as the Zona del Silencio, or the Valley of Silence. It gained its name and reputation in the 1970s when a US test missile went off course and crashed there. When the recovery team went to find it, they reportedly experienced problems with their radio communications. Since then, stories have circulated about this strange place where radio waves cannot travel and compasses spin wildly. It is said to be a place of profound and unnatural quiet. While many of the more sensational claims have been debunked, the Valley of Silence is indeed a place of deep isolation. It is a vast, empty desert, far from any towns or cities. There is no cell phone service, no radio stations reach it, and the silence can be unnerving. The danger here is not from a predator or a toxic gas, but from the psychological effects of complete isolation and the very real risk of getting lost. If your vehicle breaks down or you run out of water, you are truly on your own. There is no one to call for help, and the chances of another person stumbling upon you are incredibly slim. This kind of silence is a powerful force. At first it can be peaceful, a welcome break from the noise of modern life. But over time it can become oppressive. Our brains are used to constant auditory input, and when that is taken away, the mind can start to play tricks. The silence amplifies every small sound, the whisper of the wind, the crunch of your own footsteps, the beating of your own heart. For someone who is lost and afraid, this silence can be a form of psychological torture, leading to panic and poor decision-making. It is a subtle but potent danger. The Valley of Silence reminds us that we are social creatures who rely on communication and connection. When those things are stripped away, we are left vulnerable. The silent assassins of nature are not always physical threats. They can be the crushing weight of isolation. the disorienting loss of direction, or the psychological strain of being completely alone in a vast and indifferent landscape. These dangers are just as real as a venomous snake or a boiling lake, and they require a different kind of preparedness, a mental and emotional resilience to face the profound quiet of the wild. Deep beneath the surface of the Kalahari Desert in Namibia lies another silent threat. It is a place called Dragon's Breath Cave, named for the humid air that rises from its entrance. This cave contains the largest non-subglacial underground lake in the world. The lake is enormous, dark, and incredibly deep, hidden more than 100 meters below the desert floor. To reach it, explorers must navigate a series of tight, vertical passages in complete darkness. The danger begins before you even see the water. The air in the lower parts of the cave can be low in oxygen and high in other gases like carbon dioxide. This hidden danger is an invisible killer. Unlike the toxic fumes of the Danakil depression, which have a strong smell, a lack of oxygen is something you might not notice until it is too late. As you descend, you might start to feel tired, confused, or lightheaded. These are the first signs of hypoxia, or oxygen deprivation. Without a portable air quality monitor, you would have no way of knowing that the air you are breathing is slowly killing you. This is why exploring deep caves is a task for highly trained specialists with sophisticated equipment. The silent, invisible threat of a bad atmosphere is one of the greatest dangers a caver can face. Back on the surface, in the high mountains of the world, another silent assassin waits: the avalanche. A beautiful snow-covered slope can look peaceful and stable, but it can be a death trap. An avalanche occurs when a layer of snow loses its grip on the layer beneath it and slides down the mountain. They can be triggered by a change in temperature, new snowfall, wind, or by the weight of a single skier or snowboarder. They move with incredible speed, often faster than 200 kilometers per hour, and can carry millions of tons of snow, rocks, and ice. The power of an avalanche is almost impossible to comprehend. It is not like being buried in soft, fluffy powder. The snow becomes incredibly dense and hard as it moves, setting like concrete once it stops. Most victims who are buried do not have the strength to dig themselves out. The primary dangers are trauma from hitting trees and rocks on the way down, and suffocation from being buried. Survival often depends on being found by companions within the first 15 minutes. This is why anyone traveling in avalanche country must carry specialized safety gear, a transceiver, a probe, and a shovel, and know how to use it. The silent beauty of the snow hides a terrifying and immediate danger. From the calcifying waters of Lake Natron to the silent isolation of the desert, these dangerous places teach us a profound lesson. They are not evil or malicious. They are not monsters to be conquered or villains to be defeated. They are simply Earth in its most raw, powerful, and unfiltered form. They are the result of immense geological forces, complex chemical reactions, and the relentless dynamics of our planet's climate. These places operate by their own set of rules, laws of physics and chemistry that are indifferent to human life. Their existence is a powerful reminder that we are not masters of this world, but rather small, temporary residents. Our desire to explore these places is a wonderful part of the human spirit. It is driven by curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, and a love for the wild beauty of our world. We should absolutely continue to explore, to study, and to learn from these incredible environments. They hold secrets about the history of our planet, the limits of life, and perhaps even our own future. But we must do so with the utmost humility and respect. To enter these places unprepared, arrogant, or careless is to invite disaster. We must be willing to learn their rules, to listen to their warnings, and to know when to turn back. These natural wonders challenge us to be better explorers, better scientists, and better human beings. They teach us the importance of preparation, teamwork, and good judgment. They show us the incredible resilience of life, from the bacteria that thrive in acidic springs to the Afar people who make their home in the Danakil depression. They connect us to the vast, powerful systems of the planet and put our own lives and concerns into perspective. Standing on the edge of a volcano or diving into a dark cenote, you cannot help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer scale and power of nature. Ultimately, these dangerous places are a gift. They are windows into the soul of our planet. They keep us humble, they keep us curious, and they remind us that there are still mysteries left to solve. So let us continue to be fascinated by them. Let us share their stories, study their secrets, and protect them as the unique and precious parts of our world that they are. What other dangerous places do you know of? Every corner of our globe has its own wild heart, its own powerful story to tell. By listening to them, we learn more not just about the Earth, but about ourselves.